Have you ever wondered why crime rates in America seem to be on a never-ending rise? It's a question that haunts many, the answer to which is as complex as it is unsettling. America, the land of dreams, is also home to a darker reality, one where cities are plagued by violence, crime, and fear. This is not a tale of glitz and glamour, but a deep dive into the underbelly of the American dream. From the bustling metropolis of New York to the sunny streets of Los Angeles, crime does not discriminate. It infiltrates every corner, every city, casting a long, dark shadow over the nation. The FBI, police, and other law enforcement agencies work tirelessly, yet the crime rates continue to rise. In our journey today, we'll explore the 10 cities that top this grim list, each with its own unique and distressing narrative. So, are you ready to delve into the dark side of America's most violent cities? Starting our countdown at number 10, we have Philadelphia. Known as the City of Brotherly Love, Philadelphia presents an ironic twist to its warm moniker. The city grapples with a concerning level of crime that casts a long shadow over its historic landmarks and vibrant culture. The root causes are complex and multifaceted, ranging from socio-economic issues to a deeply entrenched gang culture. Poverty and lack of education opportunities have been identified as key contributing factors, providing a breeding ground for criminal activity. The impact on city life is profound, with residents living in a constant state of fear and insecurity. It's not just petty crimes we're talking about. We're referring to serious offenses like robbery, arson, rape, and murder. Law enforcement agencies, including the local police and the FBI, are constantly battling to control this surge of crime. Yet despite their efforts, the city continues to struggle. With such an alarming crime rate, Philadelphia truly warrants its spot on this list. Moving on, at number 9, we find ourselves in Oakland, a city known for its bustling port, the Golden State Warriors, and unfortunately, its high crime rates. This Californian urban center has been grappling with crime for decades, with robbery and aggravated assault being particularly prevalent. Every year, thousands fall victim to these crimes, painting a grim picture for Oakland's residents. Notably, the city's violent crime rate is over twice the national average, a statistic that sends a chilling message. But it's not all doom and gloom. The city's law enforcement and community leaders are tirelessly working to turn the tide. Initiatives like Operation Ceasefire and the Oakland Unite program are making strides in reducing gang violence and offering support to those most affected by crime. Despite these efforts, the battle against crime in Oakland is far from over. The struggle is real, it's ongoing, and it's a fight the city cannot afford to lose. Oakland, a city struggling under the weight of crime. Next up at number 8 is Albuquerque. This southwestern city, known for its rich history and vibrant culture, also bears a more sinister reputation. The crime rates here are staggering, with the city experiencing a significant surge in violent offenses. While property crime is a persistent issue, it's the violent crime that really sets Albuquerque apart. Homicides, robberies, and aggravated assaults are sadly commonplace, with the city's crime rate far outstripping the national average. In fact, the chances of becoming a victim of violent crime in Albuquerque are 1 in 85. Despite the city's beauty, the rising crime rates paint a somber picture. Attempts to curb this issue have been met with limited success, and the city's law enforcement finds itself in a constant battle against these grim statistics. But let's not forget the resilience of the city's residents, who continue to live, work, and dream in Albuquerque despite the odds. Albuquerque, a city that paints a grim picture of American crime. Now let's travel to our number 7 spot, Kansas City. This city, known for its vibrant culture and jazz music, has a darker side. Crime rates here have soared above the national average, with a significant rise in violent offenses. Factors such as economic instability, drug trafficking, and a lack of effective community policing contribute to this unsettling reality. The city's struggle is a stark reminder of the far-reaching effects of crime. Kansas City, a place where crime casts a long shadow. At number 6, we find Stockton. Nestled in California's San Joaquin Valley, Stockton is plagued by a grim reality. A city where crime is an everyday occurrence, with rates surpassing the national average. Violent offenses, including robbery and assault, paint a distressing picture of life here. The community lives under a constant shadow of fear, with the effects reverberating through every corner of society. Crime prevention and community safety have become paramount concerns. Stockton, a city grappling with a serious crime issue. Breaking into our top 5 at number 5, we have Memphis. Nestled on the banks of the Mississippi River, Memphis is a city that beats to its own rhythm. But beneath the harmonious tunes of blues, soul and rock and roll lies a dissonant note. Crime has woven itself into the city's fabric, with the crime rate sitting well above the national average. From robbery to arson, rape to murder, the city's residents face a daily struggle against fear and uncertainty. The authorities, despite their best efforts, grapple with the escalating crime rates. The city's police, backed by the FBI, wage a relentless war against crime, but the battle is uphill. The impact of this violence is overwhelming. It's not just statistics, it's people's lives being affected. It's families torn apart and communities living in fear. Memphis, a city that should be celebrated for its rich cultural heritage, is instead often overshadowed by its darker side. Memphis, a city marred by crime. At number 4, we arrive in Baltimore. This city, known for its beautiful inner harbor and historic neighborhoods, also harbors a darker side. Baltimore struggles with a high crime rate, a reality that casts a long and somber shadow over the city's charm. Violent crime in particular poses a significant problem in Baltimore. The city's rate of violent crime is over 4 times the national average, making it one of the most dangerous cities in America. The most prevalent violent crimes include homicide and robbery, with the former often making headlines as Baltimore consistently ranks among the cities with the highest per capita murder rates in the nation. But it's not just violent crime that plagues Baltimore. Property crime too is rampant, with burglary and theft being particularly common. The city's law enforcement and community organizations are engaged in a constant battle against these pervasive issues, striving to bring safety and peace to the city's streets. Baltimore, a city in the grip of crime. Entering the top 3, at number 3, is Detroit. A city with a rich history, Detroit has unfortunately become a hotspot for crime. The city's struggle with unemployment and economic instability has led to a rise in unlawful activities, creating a vicious cycle that continues to plague its residents. The ripple effects of crime have deeply impacted the city's population. Many live in constant fear, their daily lives overshadowed by the threat of violence. The city's once thriving neighborhoods now bear the scars of arson and robbery, casting a pall of unease over the Motor City. Efforts to curb crime, from community initiatives to police interventions, have met with varying degrees of success. However, the city's resilience remains unbroken. Detroit is a city fighting to reclaim its narrative, striving to transform itself from a city synonymous with crime to one of resurgence and hope. Detroit, a city that's become synonymous with crime. Our runner-up at number 2 is St. Louis. Known for its iconic Gateway Arch, St. Louis bears the heavy weight of a daunting crime rate. This city's crime index towers above the national average, creating an atmosphere that's far from tranquil, far from safe. Violent crimes, particularly homicides, paint a grim picture, with a staggering murder rate that frequently tops the charts. St. Louis is often dubbed the murder capital of the US. But it's not just murder that's rampant. Assaults, robberies, and car thefts are all too common, making daily life a constant battle for safety. This tumultuous climate has profound effects on the residents, who live under the constant shadow of fear and uncertainty. The police force, stretched thin, struggles to combat the escalating crime, leaving the city in a state of perpetual unease. The residents of St. Louis deserve better. They deserve peace. St. Louis, a city under siege from crime. And finally, at number 1, the most violent city in America, Chicago. Known for its stunning skyline and vibrant culture, this city is unfortunately also recognized for a darker reason: its high crime rate. The city's violent crime rate surpasses the national average, with a concerning prevalence of homicide, robbery, and assault. The causes are complex and multifaceted. Social inequality, gang activity, and easy access to firearms contribute to the crime statistics. The effects on the city and its residents are far-reaching, from the fear that permeates daily life to the economic impact on tourism and local businesses. Residents live under the shadow of violence, with many neighborhoods becoming no-go zones after dark. The city's law enforcement and community leaders are tirelessly working to address the situation, but the road to change is long and fraught with challenges. Chicago, a city that stands at the epicenter of America's crime problem. There you have it, the top 10 most violent cities in America. From Philadelphia to Chicago, a grim pattern emerges, echoing a tale of crime that's far too common. These cities, each with their unique struggles, are bound by a shared narrative of violence, a narrative that has become America's bitter truth. Whether it's robbery, arson, rape or murder, the scourge of crime persists. As we reflect on these sobering realities, one must ponder, what can be done to turn the tide against crime in America?